When I hear the brand Mini, it's always about Mr. Bean that's come into my mind, or the movie The Italian Job. Now, Mini used to be tiny economy cars that has lots of interior space that could fit 4 full-grown adults. Now, the design of the classic Mini was so successful that it wasn't changed for more than 40 years. Not only successful on the roads, but also in races like the Monte Carlo Rally, and also in racetracks. But ever since BMW bought the Mini brand in 2000, the Mini got a bit bigger. So, if you want a more practical Mini that is larger than the standard Mini Cooper S, then this is the car for you. The Mini Cooper S Clubman John Cooper Works Edition. Now in front of the Clubman, you'll see Mini's design cue. The grille, the rounded headlights with LED DRLs that doubles as your turn signal indicators, and also LED projector headlights. There's also a vent in the hood, which is purely for cosmetic purposes, and also vents on the lower part of the bumper to let more air in the engine. Now before anything else, I want to thank Mini Philippines for allowing us to review the Clubman for today. Under the hood of the Clubman, or the bonnet because this car is British, is a 2-liter twin turbocharged gasoline engine that produces 306 horsepower and a whopping 450 Newton meters of torque, mated to a 8-speed automatic transmission. Now for a small car, that's a lot of torque. Now at the side of the Clubman, you'll see 19-inch wheels wrapped around 235/35 series tires. There's also the chrome handles, auto-folding side mirrors, and a cool-looking upper half of the Clubman, which looks like it has all-glass greenhouse. In the rear, you'll see the 2 exhaust tips, rear fog lights, LED turn signal indicators with repeaters, LED reverse lights, third brake light, and LED tail light that has the Union Jack logo illuminating through. There are also 2 rear wipers, as well as vents on the bumper, again for cosmetic reasons only, and the coolest looking trunk door I've ever seen in any car, the Clubman's barn style door. Now you can open it 3 ways. You can open it traditionally using the handles, or using the car's key fob, or what Mini did, they added a feature that you can open it using your foot. Just by waving it under the rear bumper, the rear tailgate will open. Just the right side though. You have to do it twice again to do the left side of the car. Like that. The rear cargo area of the Clubman is quite practical. You get 360 liters of cargo capacity in here. Now if that is not enough for you, you can fold the rear seats down, then you'll get 1,250 liters of cargo capacity. There are also cubby holes on the left and right sides of the trunk, as well as the doors. There's also a hidden storage underneath the rear floor where you'll find your first aid kit. If you guys have any suggestion on how you want us to measure the rear cargo space of the cars that we review, please leave it in the comment section below and we'll try to use those for our future video reviews. Now, if you like this video, you know what to do. But if you want to stay up to date for our future video reviews, please subscribe to our channel. In the interior of the Mini is just like the exterior. The quirky design follows here. There's soft touch materials on the dash, patterned plastic trims, as well as the leather wrapped steering wheel with cruise control, controls on the left, and audio controls on the right. Now the speedometer and tachometer is mounted on top of the steering column, and it moves with the steering wheel when you adjust it to move your driving position, so your view of the cluster won't get obstructed. If you don't want to keep looking down at the instrument cluster and you just want to look straight ahead, there's a heads-up display unit on top of the dash. On the center, there's an 8.8-inch touch infotainment display with your regular AM and FM radio, satellite navigation, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth audio, 12 speakers Harman Kardon all around. Just below that are the controls for the air conditioning, the start and stop button for the engine, as well as your vehicle controls. 2 cup holders, a single USB port, and a 12-volt socket. In the center console, you'll see the gear shift selector, electronic parking brake, and controls for the infotainment display if you don't want your fingerprints to show on the touchscreen. It also has padded center armrests with 2 levels, one being the bigger storage compartment and also a smaller one for your phones or loose change. The front seat of the Clubman JCW is made out of a mix of fabric and Alcantara seats. It is also manually adjustable for both driver and passenger. There are also bottle holders on both doors, as well as the ambient lighting illuminating through the door handles. In the rear passenger of the Clubman, the front driver's seat is adjusted to my driving position, and I'm 6 feet tall. There's barely enough knee room, but for shorter adults, they could probably fit here with no problem. Headroom is good, even though there's a panoramic sunroof. There's also 2 bottle holders on both doors, 2 rear air conditioning vents in the rear center console, as well as 2 USB-C ports for charging. Ambient lighting also illuminating through the door handles. The Mini Cooper Clubman is very practical for its size. With a price tag of 3,450,000 Philippine pesos, and this JCW variant priced at 4,650,000 Philippine pesos, yeah, it's a bit pricey. But if you want the most British car ever, this is the car to buy.